Hi, in this video I want to show you how to recreate this dashboard in Grafana quickly to visualize your energy consumption, provided you have set up a database to store real-time data from a smart utility meter or some other way to get your utility energy consumption into a database. I do this because I did a little write-up on how I created this dashboard and what it does, and I shared it in the Home Assistant community forums, and there were some questions there on how to import it into Grafana. So instead of just writing a very lengthy text that no one wants to read through, I decided to make this little screen recording. Now, if your setup is similar to mine, just importing it will probably come up with very similar results. If you're not, though, you need to make some changes to your database and to the queries that feed these graphs, and we'll go into that a little later. I'm using Home Assistant. I'm running it on an Intel NUC computer. Home Assistant is a great open source project that has, I think, like 1,200 something components right now that integrate various services and smart home appliances so that you can build your own smart. It's really an amazing piece of software. Go have a look if you're interested and you're not already working with it. One of the components I'm using is the DSMR or Slimmeter component, which makes it possible to get real-time data from the serial port on your smart utility meter into Home Assistant. If you're using HAS.io, which is one way of setting up Home Assistant, a very easy one, then you have access to community and community components, community add-ons, I need to say, and those are really easy ways to extend your setup with useful extras. A lot of them are done by Frank, and he has made the InfluxDB add-on as well as the Grafana add-on. And go have a look if you haven't set it up yet. Do it. Make sure you go through this documentation so that you have a setup similar to what I'm using and make it as easy as possible. These need to be linked and set up correctly. If you haven't, not a problem. We can still do it, but the importing is not as easy. So if you've read the article or the forum thread, and I'll provide all the links in the description below. But then you know there's a GitLab repository that I created for the energy dashboard, and it contains the energy usage dashboard file. In that file is all the JSON, all the code that is required to recreate that dashboard in another Grafana instance. So what you do is you go to that URL, you hit this button here, copy source to clipboard, you go into Grafana, and then what you do is hover over the plus sign, click import. Then you paste it into this field and hit the load button. Now, in my case, obviously I already have this dashboard, so it says it already exists. So I'll make it a unique name. Same thing goes for a unique identifier. You won't have that problem if you're importing this for the first time. I do, so I need to make this a unique identifier if I want to keep both dashboards. HAS is the database referrer, so here's where you select your InfluxDB database that contains all the measurements from your smart utility meter. In my case, HAS. Hit import, and voila, there you go. Easy as that. Now, if your database does not contain the same sensor names, or it's not even being fed by Home Assistant but by some other way, some other system, then what you need to do is go into each of these graphs. They're called panels in Grafana. Hit edit, hit the title, and from the drop down hit edit, and then you need to make changes to the queries here so that you select your sensor value from the database that you have. I have HAS set up as my default, and I select kilowatts. Entity ID is a tag that Home Assistant puts in, and power consumption is the name of the sensor. I select the last the value, the field value, last one that is known, so the most accurate one, and I do it times 1,000 because it logs as kilowatts and I want to show watts. That's basically all there is, and you need to do that for all 7 if you don't get the correct data. And these last ones, the bottom 2 ones for the past 7 days, are slightly different in that I don't have a click interface here, but these are manually typed queries because this last and first value is not supported by clicking in the Grafana interface, as you saw in the previous panel. So if you want to get into this mode, you click the hamburger icon here and you click toggle edit mode. Now you see it has changed, but all right, well, I'll fix that again. What you do is you make all those changes so that it selects the data from your database, and once you're done, you click save. You can add some notes if you want to keep track of revisions. Import dashboard from GitLab repo. And voila, you're done. This is an easy way to share dashboards. Please try this. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you come up with different ways of visualizing or find different interesting ways to visualize it or get insights from your data, please share it with the community one way or another so that we can all learn from it and we can start to become better and help each other move forward. I hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions or what you would like to see, and I'll see if I can help. All right, take care.